Hey everybody, it's Allie J here coming at you live from Philadelphia. I am in front of the Perlman Center for Advanced Medicine and the new and improved hospital of the University of Pennsylvania. They now named it Clifton, I guess. That's probably the name of one of the major donors that uh, donated the money for the building. I did not know that until recently. That's a new sign from what I can tell. But yeah, I'm just down here for an appointment that I've been waiting almost 6 months for. And it's I came from the train down there. I'm going to post some video later on from my train ride. I took Amtrak and um now I took whoa, so there is the new, oh my goodness. Wait till I get a little bit closer. But let me get the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia for you up here. The new wing they're building of the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. It is going to be a 20, I believe it's 20, 23 story. Was it 21 or 23 story inpatient unit they're adding to the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia? And you can see here are the other buildings, the Perlman Center, the Children's Hospital Burger Center, they call it. I'm going to try and go up these steps real quick. And yeah, this is getting to be quite the it's getting to be quite the place. But I just experienced something really interesting. I was sitting down on a bench down by the one building and between the hospital and the Perlman Center, and got to catch my breath from walking up those steps. Whew. It's been a walk, a little bit of a walk, and so I'm here. Yeah, made it to the Perlman Center, thank goodness. But so yeah, there were some fire trucks that came in. There must have been a fire alarm that went off at the new hospital here. There you can get a better view of it. Must have been a fire alarm that went off because the fire trucks came in and it was quite the ordeal. But yeah, so thank you. I appreciate that comment. So it's nice out down here. I used to live down here in Philadelphia, and I lived down here when I went to college. I went to Temple University. That's where I got my training in media studies and production. And yeah, so I'm used to being down here. Plus, this is kind of my home away from home, from all the times that I've spent in the hospital down here. And so yeah, it's kind of like a second home for me with all the appointments and doctor's visits and hospitalizations. So I just wanted to kind of show you guys around down here a little bit in hospital, what they call University City. This is what they call University City. It should be called Hospital City, really, because all these buildings around here right now are for different hospitals, between Children's Hospital Philadelphia and Penn Medicine. Yes, they are two separate entities, but they do work very closely together. So, yeah, I do miss Children's Hospital of Philadelphia and the doctors there. But, you know, when you grow up, you time to move on. And for those of you who remember from, I guess it'd be almost 4 years already, my doctor passed away in a biking accident. One of my doctors from CHOP, and that was very hard. Gotta love the city. All the horns honking, but yeah. So I just kind of wanted to. I know there's been a lot of, if you want to say, controversy on social media right now after what happened in Minneapolis, and I just kind of wanted to give not necessarily my opinion, but my thoughts on it. Opinions are not very useful right now in this kind of situation. So I just want to encourage everyone, whether you think it was not a justifiable shooting or whether it was a justifiable shooting, we have to look at all the facts. And also the idea that it's never a good idea to play games with officers, especially federal officers. Did it warrant a shootout? I don't know. I mean, I wasn't there. And I don't claim to be an expert in law enforcement and what should or should not have happened there. All you have to really go on is the video that's been out there, and I just want to encourage everybody to take time and pause before you start jumping to conclusions and accusing people of things. You got to look at the facts. You got to weigh all the facts. And I love how everybody thinks they're experts in everything right off the bat as soon as something like this happens. Well, he should have shot the tires out from the vehicle. Yes, that's what I'm referring to, the assault in Minneapolis. Yes, that is what I am referring to. What happened in Minneapolis was a tragedy, and I never like seeing anything like that happen. And we need to look at both sides of this, because what the lady did was wrong by just, impeding law enforcement like that. It's plain and simple. The one side likes to show very few clips to try and slant it towards. That is a very good point. I don't understand why people do like you commented on the comments here. I don't understand how people can be so self-destructive. It's not beneficial to anybody to put yourself out there like that. And for those of you who are watching this on Facebook, there is someone commenting on YouTube on this live, and I'm responding to his comments. And he said, they said, I don't understand how can people be convinced to do such self-destructive things. And I have to agree, because it is very self-destructive. When you put yourself in a situation like that, you are setting yourself up for trouble. And I know there's going to be a lot of opinions on this and everything, but people are always going to see it from one side, and they're going to see it from their own lens. I remember there was a pastor who did a message on different lenses, like how we see things through different lenses. And it's amazing how if someone has a preconceived idea of someone or something, they're going to view everything from that lens. And the thing that I am seeing from everyone who is condemning the ICE agent, condemning this act, but are ignoring what the woman did, it's all because of Donald Trump. Because people have developed such a hatred for Donald Trump that anything that he supports or anything that his administration does, if something bad happens like this, then it gives them, they start gaslighting. That's plain and simple what it is gaslighting. And so instead of looking at the truth and looking at facts, they gotta love the city. All the horns honking. they have to be the ones to pin it on Donald Trump. It's always Donald Trump's fault. And then, I've gotten accused of thinking that Donald Trump is infallible and that he can do no wrong or anything of that sort. I don't think that's true. I don't believe that Donald Trump is infallible, and I don't believe that everything he does is right. So to accuse me of that is kind of an assumption. It's just funny because that's the mindset of people who just hate Donald Trump. I want to see Donald Trump get saved and become a Christian and know that he's going to heaven someday. Does he do everything perfect? Does he love money? I think so. He loves money. He says he likes making money. It's plain and simple. But we also have to look at the idea that he is a good businessman. I know there's people that argue that too, but anyway. All right, well, I digress. I'm going to go find myself some lunch because I'm hungry. And both political parties are parasites on the backs of Americans, and they remain in power by dividing us. That is somewhat true. It seems like one side wants to divide one way and one side wants to divide the other way. I'm not a centrist in my I'm not a centrist in my political views per se. That I am, if you want to say, one that tries to bring both parties together, because I know that's never going to happen. We have to face the fact that both parties but yeah, we have to face the facts that neither party is going to agree on everything. And from a Christian standpoint, do I agree with everything the Republican Party does? No, I don't agree with everything they do, but I also don't think that there's not a whole lot that I agree with the Democratic Party. I'll have to get into a little more about my, if any of you watched my previous podcast regarding the situation with my boyfriend, I discussed some things on there, and I wanted to kind of talk a little more politically about. Yes, that is very, very true. Everyone wants to have their own opinion, whether it's politically. Yeah, well, I know what you're saying. You want to be able to have the right to voice your opinion, whether it's politically correct or not. I understand. But I wanted to talk a little bit about some things that have been going through my mind lately regarding whether it's certain types of reform for different things and different issues that I've personally seen happening. But I'm going to go find some lunch, and I will talk to you all very soon. And yeah, have a great day, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.